I grew up loving Superman.
You did?
I did. I love Superman, and I've always been a DC boy from day one.
Always.
I love Superman, but I really didn't know how I could relate to Superman. When I first saw a Black Adam comic book and I saw the cover, he looked intense. He had brown skin, and he was a superhero. I said, that's my guy. I want to be him.
Yeah.
I kneel before no one.
Dwayne Johnson told us he was drawn to the DC character because of Black Adam's rich backstory. Black Adam's family was enslaved and eventually taken away from him.
These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage.
I'm almost embarrassed to say to you, Dwayne, I had no idea who Black Adam was.
A lot of people didn't know, so
I shouldn't feel so bad.
No, don't feel bad. You're part of the masses, by the way, and that was one of the things that it required me to push and fight for this project for almost 15 years, Gail.
You had to fight for it?
So the studio investors, as you could imagine, they only really wanted to invest in the big IPs, the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. So I started to feel like Black Adam was being pushed to the back burner. I really didn't have any juice at that time in my career to really push things forward. But I still fought for it, and about 10 years ago, the studio came back to me and said, hey, we know you love Black Adam, but is there any other superheroes in the DC world that you'd be interested in becoming? And I said, no, thank you, but no, it has to be Black Adam.
We don't need passports. We're the Justice Society.
We're introducing 4 other superheroes in one movie.
Yeah.
This is why I fought for 15 years, and we are now going to usher in a new era in the DC universe.
Johnson's multi-platform company, 7 Bucks Productions, helped launch Black Adam.
Hola, Mexico!
You seem to be on the Black Adam tour, and people really are loving this character and loving the message that goes with it. But I was watching the other day, I'm talking about the baby that was passed up on the stage.
Yes.
See, I didn't know whether to say this is cool or be mortified.
Yes.
But how did you feel in that moment when you saw the baby coming toward you? What were you thinking?
I was thinking, oh my God, that is an infant.
Yes.
That is a fresh baby coming my way.
A fresh baby, yes.
So the context behind that, down in Mexico, the love was incredible. And you felt it. I saw a man who caught my eye, and by the way, he was about 20 feet back.
Wow.
He already had tears in his eyes, and he was holding what I thought was a doll. Gail, it was like baby Jesus was being crowd surfed all the way to me. By the time that baby got to me, she was just beautiful, calm, serene, present.
And how appropriate that the baby's a girl, because I think you know something about being a girl dad. You've got 3 wonderful daughters. You've talked about running for president. I don't want to beat a dead horse because we've heard it, and you made it clear you're not going to do it. And one of the things you talked about was about being a father. You like drop-off, but is there anything wrong with a presidential motorcade drop-off at school? You could do that.
I know. We could. There's a lot of things that you could do if you're president.
Yes,
you could just
exactly.
make it happen.
You can write your own schedule.
Johnson already has this title under his belt.
Sexiest Man Alive in 2016. Are you trying to get that title back again? You don't want to be president. Are you campaigning to be Sexiest Man Alive? Lots of people vote for you for that, too.
Well, the truth is, in my mind, it's in perpetuity. It never goes away.
That's not how it works, Mr. Johnson.
No, but we make up the rules, don't we?
Yeah, some
disruptors.
Some people do.
And while Johnson says he's got a full plate as daddy to Tiana, Jasmine, and Simone, husband to Lauren, and as a Hollywood heavyweight, he still has plans for the future.
There's always something to do on the horizon. I love starting things from scratch. I do love building businesses. I love bringing businesses together, and I do love creating jobs for people.
But you don't want to be president. I love creating jobs. I love bringing people together.
We're going to look back on this interview years from now, I know. I don't have a crystal ball.
I hope you prove me wrong.
Know.
Yeah,
I don't know.